Is really simple one. Why do we even have a dress code?
Why do we have a dress code?
Yes.
To be perfectly frank, you'd have to ask the people that originally started that or originally implemented the dress code. I think part of it, though, however, was set up at a time when there may have been some issues with certain colors between certain groups.
Like red and blue.
Correct.
Yeah.
Also, I think part of it has to do with hormones with certain students, male or female.
So them over sexualizing clothing?
Potentially, which could cause a disturbance or disruption on campus, which disrupts the educational environment or the learning environment.
For example, like as in a distraction or disruption, you mean? Like, I don't understand what you mean by disruption.
Maybe people being objectified a little bit too much.
Okay.
Okay.
Why does the dress code pertain mostly towards girls?
That's a good question. Don't have a good answer for you in regards to that. I don't. I think that's probably more of a societal thing. And again, it goes back to the objectification, which doesn't make it right. I don't. You know, the biggest thing with the guys, the sagging pants, maybe tank tops. Obviously with young ladies there's more to it, as you guys have indicated as well, and I would agree. But to be perfectly frank, I'm not sure why it has skewed more one side than the other. And again, but I think that has more of a societal thing. You don't usually see men wear low cut clothing. That we need to, to address that, we need to really drill down to the root of that, and that's again manufacturers, designers, things that are designed for the objectification of a certain gender. So.
Okay. You want to ask?
Okay. Out of all the people that get dress coded, were females dress coded more? Like, would you say, out of all the time you've been here?
It depends upon how you. According to the dress code, there are, hats, sagging, spaghetti straps off the shoulder, bare midriff. If based on what I've seen, based on conversations I've had with other administrators, campus monitors, I think hats is probably the number one. Do we catch everybody? No. But I would say hats is probably the number one offender. And usually that's the young men on campus that are wearing them. And then followed by, either off the shoulder spaghetti strap or a bare midriff after that, probably.
So, why do many boys, when dress coded, do they get off with a warning when many times girls will be asked to change or they are sent home to do so?
Give me an example of. I understand the girl from the female side, but give me an example from the male side.
I know that in some cases it's that a boy is sagging his pants or he's wearing something that he really should not be wearing according to school rules, and he is let off with a simple warning.
Like, pull up your pants.
Right.
Yeah.
I think in both cases it is technically a warning, unless the student becomes defiant, causes the disruption, and then it escalates to something else after that. We have had both genders, wear things that aren't appropriate. Forget the sagging of pants. Let's talk about, say, shirts, for example. And they're given the option, borrow a school shirt, put your PE shirt on, or call a parent to have you to be another shirt brought to school. If that is all refused, then it's okay. Then you need to go home and change. From both sides. I'm not sure why it appears that maybe based on what you were saying, you inferred that it was more one-sided than the other. I don't have an answer for you in regards to that. Sagging the pants, you just pull them up and tighten the belt. You know, if a student has a shirt that's showing midriff, it's a little more difficult. Unless we have a shirt here, or they have PE, so they can put a PE shirt or grab their PE shirt and put that on. But again, it's warnings on both sides. It's not one of those things where we're looking at one more than the other. No, it's completely straight right down the middle.
Why don't we teach males to not? When was the dress code created in the NESD?
I don't know. That's before I've only been in Manteca Unified for 12 years, so as far as I know, there's always been a dress code, but that's a question you may want to ask Mr. Gonzalez.
Has it ever been like revised or looked back at?
They address it, and most years. Well, let me rephrase that. Let me take a step back. It was revised last school year. Not quite sure if the district has looked at it yet this year, to be honest with you. But I do know from time to time they will look at it based on feedback they're getting. That goes with most policies.